Now, how do we do mind mapping? It's a process and we have to see how we do it. I'm sure by now you already know how we do it, but I will still show you. Draw a circle in the middle of the page and write down the vocabulary subject. This is the important part, in the middle. All right. So what you do, you draw, for example, you draw for the subject. I'm going to do it right now. You see, I drew a circle in the middle of my page and I wrote the word transport because that's the main topic. That's the vocabulary given to me from my teacher, or that's the subject of my mind mapping. So the first step is draw a circle in the middle of the page, write the vocabulary subject in the middle of that circle. Okay. Then number 2 is brainstorm some word groups for the word transport. You remember I wrote transport, so you have to think about the word transport and then think what transport is, or maybe how many types of transports are there. So you have to kind of think the related words and phrases, and you can draw more lines. For each one, draw a short line, and then in the circles towards the, they are outwards from the center. I'll show you right here. So here we are. I wrote the transport word in the center, and I think sea transport, land transport, and air transport are related to transport. These are types of transport. So I'm going to draw lines outward from the center. You see, they are going away from the center, away from the center, you see. And then what happens is you draw bubble or circle for each one, okay, each line that you have drawn, and then you write the words or phrases that you have written related to the topic. Okay, related to the topic. So the topic is transport, and this is related to this is related to transport, and this is also related to transport. So they came to my mind because I did a kind of brainstorming. I did a kind of thinking in my mind. Okay, and then I got this. All right, next what you do is step number 3, look at each group and try to add more groups. All right, so if you see here, this is what we have done in the previous slide. We wrote transport, then we wrote related words or phrases to the word transport, but now we have to add ideas related to sea transport, land transport, and air transport. For now, I'm going to do land transport. What comes to my mind is there are roads and there are rail transports. So these two words are coming up for land transport. So what I should do is draw 2 lines because I have 2 ideas now. So I'm going to draw 2 lines here. I'm going to show you what is happening as I do this. So what happens, you draw 2 lines, line number 1 and line number 2, and then you draw the circle outward away from the land transport bubble, and then write the ideas inside them. So you have road, you have rail, which are related to transport, but which are related more to land transport, and land transport is more related to transport. So this is your main idea, this is your sub idea, and this is your detail or supporting detail. And you can have more bubbles from here, and then you can write something related to road, something related to rail maybe, because this is how the mind mapping keeps growing. Okay, keeps adding more ideas. So I'm going to show you next slide, which is step number 4. When you can't make any new group, sometime it will happen that you don't have more ideas coming to your mind or hitting your mind. Just do one thing, add a line for each word you know, all right? And write the word along the line. So you write it maybe with the one that you have already written in the bubble. So I'm going to show you right now how I did it. So what we did is we drew transport first, then sea transport, land transport, air transport, and then I wrote road and rail. Now these small ideas you see here, car, motorbike and bike, they are road transport, and the ones that move on rail is monorail, train and tram. I could have made, you know, more lines and more circles and then written them here, okay, but because maybe you are running out of space, you don't have paper left for you to keep drawing, so you can add these ideas inside the bubbles itself. No worries about that, that's also doable as long as you understand what you are doing, that's all. However, step number 5, you can actually do mind mapping. As we know, new vocabulary, add new mind map. So what do you do? If you draw the circles, it's better, then the ideas are more visible to you and more clear to you than writing them inside these bubbles, all right, inside them together, as I have shown in the previous slide. The best thing to do is the step number 6. It's better that you do color coding. If you do color coding, then you know what is what immediately. You don't have to read them, and you don't have to look even into the lines that you have drawn. For example, look, this is the main topic, so it's a bigger circle compared to them. And then look, I've coded blue for the sub ideas, then I've coded purple for the detail ideas, then supporting, then I have drawn green circles for supporting details. So this is how you can actually use color codes to identify your ideas and your thoughts that you put in the mind maps.